Alright, so it's that time for your next test. So this is the Quizizz review that you do need to complete online, even if you are doing a hard copy because you like the hard copy. That way you can make sure that you're doing it correctly and we can record your grade that way. So I'm going to work through each of the problems, so that way if you had questions on any of them and couldn't figure out how you got your answer, we're going to go over it. So which table shows the same rate of change of y with respect to x? So we're looking for which one has the same slope. So of this equation, the slope is this negative 1/2. So we need to see which one of these tables has a slope of negative 1/2. So this is going down 1. This is going up 2. Okay, well, I got lucky and that one's my answer. So negative 1 over 2. That is my answer. Let's just check some of the other ones to see, because I got lucky on the first time. 3 to negative 3 is minus 6. 2 to 5 is, hold on a second, plus 3. So negative 6 over 3 is negative 2. So make sure you're doing your y over your x. Otherwise, that would have been flipped, and that would have been the answer. Here, you can choose any 2 points you want. So I would stick with the positive ones. 7 to 8 is plus 1. 2 to 4 is plus 2. 1 over 2, this is a positive 1/2. So you've got to make sure you include that negative in front over here. Here, negative 4 to 6 is plus 10. 0 to 5 is plus 5. So 10 over 5, that's a positive 2. So yes, B was the answer, this negative 1/2. Okay, 2, find the slope of the table. So that's what we just did of all those 4 tables. Change. To get to 10 to 15, we add 5. Negative 4 to a negative 6, we subtract 2. Y goes on top. Remember, delta y over delta x. If you forget the formula, look on your formula chart. We have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is good as well if you can't tell from the table. If you're not good with adding and subtracting in your head, you take 15 minus 10 in your calculator, and that will give you your answer. Negative 6 minus negative 4, and that will give you your answer. So we take 5 over negative 2, and here it is. I wanted to switch up colors and be all super cute, but I totally messed up already. That's okay. So next one, what's the slope? We got lots of tables. You are going to know how to do this by your test. 5 to 2 minus 3. Negative 3 to negative 2 is plus 1. It is delta y over delta x. So negative 3 over 1, which simplifies to just negative 3. Okay, so we've got 3 B's in a row, and they are all tables. That's our first set. We are 1/10 of the way there. There are 30 problems. I can get this next page. Okay. So next one, let's pick another beautiful color. I want to make sure you can see the whole question. Alright, in order to join an online learning community, there's a $20 startup fee, and a $5 monthly fee. So this is happening once, this is happening recurring. So this is going to be your 5x, this is going to be a one-time fee of 20. So, looking to see which one matches. It's right here. This one is a tricky one because you don't see those common words anytime you see per or every or each. These all tell you its slope. So we don't see any of those words, but monthly means each month. So that's the same thing. All right, choose the best explanation. Now this is kind of hard to see, but this is words and this is minutes. So I know we're talking words per minute. So I could automatically eliminate this one because we've got hours and this one because we've got hours. So we know it's going to be words per minute, so we need to decide if it is 6 or if it's 25. So I can see a point right here at 2,50. And we had a point, obviously, starting at the origin, 0, 0. So So I'm going up 50, I'm going up 2, 50 over 2 is 25. So your answer is B. Literally every single one of these has been B so far. Normally it's when in doubt, C it out. Now it's when in doubt, B it out. Or B right. Huh. Okay, sorry. It's a Friday. I'm ready to go home. Okay, 6. A camp charges families a fee of $6.25 per month for one child and $2.35 more per month for each additional child. Does this graph represent the amount of family with X additional children would pay? And this should say per month, okay? Because we see 2 separate pers, which is kind of confusing. But this is like everybody pays this amount. And then if you have more children, then you add on this amount for each child, each additional child. So here we've got $6.25, and then it's going up $2.35 per month or each month. So there would be our equation. So you could graph it to kind of see, but the $6.25 needs to be our initial fee. Okay, so does this start at $6.25? Yes. So it does have the correct y-intercept. The wrong slope. Okay. This looks like another point here at, so we've got 0, 6.25, and this may be approximate, so our numbers may be a little off. But this looks like 4, 1,500. Okay, so 6.25 to 1,500. I'm going to take y2, so 1,500 minus 6.25. This is 875. 0 to 4 is 4. So 875 divided by 4 is 218.75. So again, this is kind of approximate. See, it might have been exactly at 5 instead. I can't tell. It's kind of hard to see the exact ones. But 218 is pretty close to 235, so I'm going to say it has the correct slope. The graph should be discrete. Okay, children. Do you count children or do you measure children? Please tell me you said count them, because yes, that's what we do. We count children. So yes, this should have been discrete. You will never have 0.5 additional children. Nobody has half of a child. So this should have been discrete. So the answer is C. No, the graph should have been discrete. I'm saying, read them carefully. I could have saved myself a lot of time if I had checked that first, because I wouldn't have even had to calculate the slope. Okay, moving forward. What are the x and y intercepts of the graph? Okay, x and y intercepts. X intercepts have an x value and 0 as the y. Y intercepts have a y value and 0 as the x. So we know we're going to have a number 0 and 0 a number. A number 0, 0 a number. So yes. 0, 0, no. 0, 0s, no. Those would both be x-intercepts. This, okay, so let's see what the actual number is. It's crossing the y at 5, so this would be the point 0.5. Crossing the x at 5, so this would be the point 0.50. So the answer is C. So check yourself to make sure that you are putting the 0 in the correct spot. Okay, this one, what are the x and y intercepts again? But it's not completely continued, so we're going to have to continue our graph on. So here's a point, here's a point. I am going down 1, left 3. So I'm going to go down 1, left 3. Down 1, left 3. So my y-intercept is at 0, 2. Notice it has a y value matching up with 0. The x-intercept is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So negative 6, 0. It has an x value matching up with 0. So we need negative 6, 0, and 0, 2. Here it is, A. And if you knew y-intercept was 0, 2, we could have automatically eliminated C, and we could have eliminated D. And then we would have just had to see which one, well, hold on, sorry, B. See if it was 0, negative 6. No, that's not even in the right order, so D couldn't be right. So the answer is A. Okay, find the slope between 2 points. This is the same thing as doing it in a table. So we could just put these 12, negative 2, 4, negative 6. Or you could use your formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But really, guys, that's what we're doing in this table. Negative 6 minus a negative 2 is minus 4. 4 minus 12 is minus 8. Take this number on top, so negative 4 over a negative 8. Negative and a negative makes a positive 1/2. That is your answer. So let's do it again for this one. We've got negative 2 and 3. We've got 4, negative 5. So y2 minus y1 is minus 8. y2 minus y1 is 6. So negative 8 over 6 reduces to negative 4 over 3. B. There it is. Okay, we are now 1/3 of the way done. Woo-woo. 11. Write the equation of the line. So I'm looking at my forms, and these are all slope-intercept forms. So I need to find the slope, and I need to find the y-intercept. So I need 2 points. Here's a point. Here's a point. And to get from here to here, because slope, or M, big mama slope, you got to rise before you run. So I am going to rise to get to the next point. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, over 1. So my slope is 4. The only one that has a slope of 4 is B. Which of these lines has a slope of negative 3? Guys, negative slope. So it needs to be going down. Remember your slope man? Negative slope needs to be going down. So it can't be A, can't be C, it's got to be B or D. So let's see which one has a slope of negative 3. I like my slopes to be fractions, so if it's not a fraction, you can always put it over 1. So here's a point, here's a point. I'm going down 1, 2, 3 over 1. This one, here's a point, I'm going down 1 over 1, 2, 3. And I want negative 3 over 1, so my answer is B. 13. Given a line that passes through 4, negative 7, and has a slope of negative 1/4, which is another point on the line? Hint, use a graph. Okay. If you need a graph, guys, to do work, if it's helpful, it will be on your test. If it's not, make a graph or look for another graph somewhere on your test. So I've got a little graph here. So I'm going to start at the point 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's telling me I have a slope of negative 1/4. So rise over 1 is negative 1/4. So I'm going to rise negative 1, which means down 1, over 4. Always go right. Always. Once you have another point, you can kind of sketch in your line, and then if you want to do the opposite and go left, you can. But always go right. I'm telling you, you're going to save your life on this test if you always go right. Okay, so we started at this point, so I'm going to go down 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can't go anymore on my graph. I could kind of sketch another one, down 1 over 4. So my line is going to be something like this. Now that I know kind of in the general area of my point, I can go the other way. up 1, left 4, up 1, left 4, up 1, left 4. Telling you, always go right until you can kind of sketch your line. So let's see, which one of these is another point? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 8, 1, 2, 6, 7, negative 8, that is a point. Let's just check these other ones, make sure I didn't make a mistake. Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 10, no. 0, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. 8, we already know that 8 matches up with negative 8. So that is our answer. What is the 0 of the line? 0, this is a vocab word. No, the answer is not 0. 0 does not mean 0. 0 means x-intercept. So you're going to look at this graph and determine what the x-intercept is. Right here, negative 1. Okay, seriously, how easy was that question? Do not miss that question on your test. What does a 0 mean? X-intercept. You got it. So 15. Which is the graph of y equals negative x plus 2? So this negative x, or negative, is the slope. This plus 2 is the y-intercept. So I need it to have a negative slope, which means it's going down, and I need to have a y-intercept of 0, 2. So which ones don't go down? That goes down, that doesn't, that doesn't. So we got it down to A and D. And which one has a y-intercept of 2? I don't see either of these. Am I missing something? Okay, so this might be a wrong answer. A is the closest because it's got a positive y-intercept. But honestly, if it's got a y-intercept of 2, it should be here, not there. So, but A is the closest to the correct answer. This has a y-intercept of negative 2. I don't know. Okay, sorry about that. 16. For a function with an x-intercept of 6 and a slope of a negative 1/2, what is the y-intercept? Okay, they gave us a graph here that's blank. Do you think they want us to keep it blank? Probably not. So let's put an x-intercept of 6 and a slope of negative 1/2. Down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2. Even if I couldn't go that way, you better go right first, even if it's off the graph. So my line is going to be something like this. Let's get some more points. 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. So what is the y-intercept? Positive 3. Remember, always go which direction? Right. Always go right. It's just wrong to go the other way. Okay. We're more than halfway done. In case you were bored, don't be. Why does this graph show a non-proportional relationship? This is what we just learned today. Well, if you're watching the video on Friday when I'm making it, okay? This is non-proportional because proportional or direct variation, both the same thing, it is linear and it goes through the origin. Does this go through the origin? No. Is it linear? Yes. Why does the graph show a non-proportional relationship? Does not go through the origin. Bam. Is the following graph proportional or non-proportional? And why? This graph right here. If you're in my class, I drew you one just like this. And I asked you, and we talked about it. This is non-proportional. And why is it non-proportional? Is it linear? Does it go through the origin? It does go through the origin, but it is not linear. So it is non-proportional. It's not a straight line. B. Let me just read these other answer choices. Non-proportional, it doesn't go through the origin. Yes, it does. Proportional, it goes through the origin. It's not proportional, so that doesn't work. Non-proportional, it's not a straight line. We said that was the answer. Proportional, it has a constant y over x. That's what we did today, finding the y over x. If this is constant, it would be linear. Is this linear? No. 19. Is the given table a direct variation? If so, what is the constant? So we take y over x. So 4 over 16. 16 over 32. 36 over 48. So let's see. 4 divided by 16 is 0.25. 16 divided by 32 is 0.5. 36 divided by 48 is 0.75. So no. This is not direct variation. Does this relationship represent direct variation? Y over x. So 6 over 1. 12 over 2. 18 over 3. Yes, you do have to check every one. 24 over 4. 6 divided by 1. 6. 12 divided by 2. 6. 18 divided by 3. 6. 24 divided by 4. 6. I was just testing you. So yes, this one is direct variation. The k value would be 6. So if I wanted to find my equation, it'd be y equals 6x. Notice there is no constant here. 2/3 of the way done. Which of the following is not the characteristic of a linear function? Guys, linear function. Linear. Constant rate of change. No, that's like the definition of linear. Intersects the x-axis, y-axis, or both. Think of any possible line that you could have. This is a line, this is a line, this is a line. All of them, no matter what the slope is, will intersect the x, the y, or both. It's a straight line. Do you think linear functions are straight lines? Probably. Curves to the right. Linear function curving. This is your answer because they have to be straight. So make sure you read that word, not a characteristic. The number of kilograms of water in a person's body varies directly. Ooh! Varies directly. This is proportional or direct variation. A person with a mass of 90 kilograms contains 60 kilograms of water. How many kilograms of water are in a person whose mass is 75 kilograms? Okay, so in my class we talked about how we're supposed to learn it, where we take our y over our x, find our equation, and plug in. It's a test. I'm going to save time. It's not asking for my k or for my equation. So I've got water and I've got mass. Those are the two things we're talking about. So a person with a mass of 90 contains 60 kilograms of water. They want to know how much water is in a mass of 75. You cross multiply, so 60 times 75 divided by 90. 50. Does that make sense? If the mass is going down, should the water amount go down too? Yes. And there's your answer. 23. What is the slope of any line parallel to this line? Here's a vocab word. Parallel. What does parallel mean? Same slope, different y-intercept. It's asking for the slope. That's what we'd be highlighting in yellow. What is the slope? So this is actually point slope form. We can get the slope from this. The slope is right here in front of x, and if it's parallel, it needs to stay the same. So I need to keep it negative 1/3. Okay. 24.
Andrew, I'm leaving. Andrew, to the truck.
24. Consider the line represented by the equation x equals 2. Which of the following is true? Okay, I want to graph this. And on your test, I think it makes you graph it. So let's graph it. So I'm going to go on my x-axis to where it's 2. 1, 2. And if you remember, hoy, vux. When I say hoy, you say vux. Hoy. Did you just curse at me? Dude, I'm over here making your video and you're throwing curse words at me. Alright, so this is an x equals equation. So it's got to be a vertical line at this point. Guys, do not just put the dot on your graph. You will lose points. Okay? It's the entire line. Okay, so the line, x equals 2, so the line I just drew, is parallel to the x-axis. No, parallel means they don't touch. That's a lie. The line, x equals 2, is parallel to the y-axis. Yeah, that's true. The line, x equals 2, is perpendicular to the x-axis. Does it cross at a right angle? Yes, that's true. Uh-oh, we've got 2 correct answers. Wait, is both B and C correct? Yes, they are. D is our answer. So make sure you read all of your answer choices. All right, what is the slope of an equation that is perpendicular to this? I have told my students like 7,500 times that this is going to be on your test. So perpendicular means double flip the slope. Okay, well, to be able to double flip it, I have to know what it is. Is this point slope form? Is this slope intercept form? No, I don't know the slope. So I've got to get it in one of those forms. So I'm going to isolate opposite side. So minus 2x, minus 2x. You write them side by side. So I have negative 5y equals 10 minus 2x. And the final step is divide. Divide everything by negative 5. So y equals negative 2. And a negative is a positive 2/5 x. Okay, I'm not done. Yay, you did that. I'm so proud of you. But we need to double flip it. If I could point, that'd be fantastic. Double flip it. So this part is the slope. So instead of positive, we make it negative. So it can't be C. And to flip 2/5, it becomes 5/2. There's your answer. 26. Which of these graphs has an undefined slope? Slope, man! Undefined. Which one is our undefined? That's his nose. Or think of hoy vux. Undefined slope is a vertical line. Which one of these is a vertical line? This one. Here's his nose. You could also draw it into a U. So D is your answer. Guys, we have one page left and we're done. Which of the equations has an undefined slope? Dude, all these undefined slopes. Zeros and undefined slopes. Hoy vux. Undefined slope has what equation? X equals a number. X equals a number? Nope, 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 nope. Yay, here it is. What would the slope of of this one be? If it's y equals a number, the slope is 0. The slope of this one, hey, this is actually your linear parent function, just throwing it out there, because I know you love knowledge. The linear parent function, the slope is 1. This one, the slope is 5. Okay, hope you're happy. 28. Write the equation in point-slope form of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. Point-slope form. This is on your formula chart if you forget what it is, but this is our little shell. Y minus blank is blank times x minus blank. Okay? So we have the point -2, -1. So the y value of the point they gave us is -1. I'm going to use a different color. So in here goes -1. The x value of the point they gave us is -2. And the slope that they gave us is -3. Slope always goes in front of the x. Okay, this is hideous. Minus and a negative, I don't want that. That just means plus. So y plus 1 equals -3 times x plus 2. Remember, if you're going to go pull the point out, it has to have the opposite signs. So if I was pulling this point back out, because it might want you to do that on the test, the x value would be a -2. The y value, instead of a +1, is a -1. All right, so which one matches this equation? Y plus 1. Can't be this one or this one. And then we've got x plus 2, so it's got to be B. 29. Write the equation in point-slope form. Yay, we've got another shell thing. Y minus blank equals blank times x minus blank. Okay, so for point-slope form, what do you think I need to have? A point. We've got it. Either one is fine. And we need the slope. So we got to find our slope. -2, -3, and 4, 3. So to get from here to here, it is +6. Here to here, +6. 6 over 6 is 1. So let's plug in our information. The y value of the point they gave us is a -3. X value of the point they gave us is -2. And the slope we found is 1. Again, guys, this is hideous. I don't want to see a minus a negative. That means y plus 3 equals 1 times x plus 2. Plus 1, your answer is B. Okay, question. Could I have used this other point and plugged that in? Could I have done y minus 3 equals 1 times x minus 4? Yes, but that doesn't match my answer choices because I put the x value here, I put the y value there, and I have my slope of 1. 30. What equation could represent this graph? Let me see what I know about it. We have a y-intercept of 4. Let's find the slope. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, 2, 3. So that is our slope. Okay, so this one, does that match? Slope of -4/3, y-intercept of 4? Yeah, that matches. I'm going to keep checking because I have this option of all of the above. So if this or this, if more than one of them apply, then I know that it's true. So here, I could pull a point out of this. What point would be on here? The x value would be a +6. The y value would be a -4. Is the point, okay, well, it's not really on my graph, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks to me like it'd be on there, and it's got the right slope, possibly, but it's kind of iffy. So let's check this standard form. Let's isolate other side, so -4x. So we get 3y. We write them side by side, and then we divide. So y equals 4 minus 4/3 x. Does that have a y-intercept of 4 and a slope of negative 4/3? Yes, it does. So this one is for sure correct. So if two of them are for sure correct, it's got to be all of the above. Because I think that one's right. It's just kind of iffy. Okay, good luck on your test on Wednesday. I know you're going to do amazing. If you want to go back and fix your answers, now that you know that you would get 100, go for it. Because I just did it for you for a reason. All right. Like I said, good luck, and I will see you on Tuesday.